Bro, what if you don't feel the same way about your wife anymore? What if the excitement is gone? You look at her and you don't feel what you used to feel. And then one thought gets louder. I deserve better. Maybe you've started imagining life with someone else. Someone you're more attracted to. Someone who makes you feel excited again. And eventually you ask, why should I stay in a marriage where I don't feel anything anymore? I understand why that thought feels convincing. When feelings are strong, everything feels effortless. When they're gone, something you once treasured can suddenly feel like a burden. But before making a life-changing decision based on a feeling, ask yourself, what exactly did we lose? Did we lose love? Or did we lose novelty? Because those aren't the same thing. Think about the beginning of a relationship. Everything is new. The conversations are exciting. You notice everything about her. You can't wait to see her. Even ordinary moments feel special because they're not ordinary yet. But eventually, you know each other's routines. You've seen each other's weaknesses. You've had arguments. You've experienced ordinary mornings together. And naturally, the excitement becomes quieter. That's where we can make a dangerous comparison. We compare the quietness of a long-term relationship with the excitement of something new. And new always has an unfair advantage. A new woman doesn't come with years of familiarity. You haven't seen her worst days. You haven't experienced the boring parts. You mostly get the exciting version. And if you're also feeding yourself pornography, fantasy, or constant exposure to other women, your mind can become accustomed to endless novelty. There's always someone new, someone different, someone more attractive. And suddenly, your real wife is being compared against an endless supply of fantasy. That's not a fair competition. But I don't want to reduce every marriage problem to lust. Sometimes marriages have serious problems: betrayal, abuse, deep resentment, a relationship that has genuinely become unhealthy. Those things shouldn't be dismissed with, just stay married. That's why we need to be careful with, I've lost feelings. That sentence doesn't tell us what actually happened. Maybe you're hurt. Maybe you're disconnected. Maybe you've stopped investing. Maybe you've been comparing your wife to other women. Maybe you've become addicted to novelty. Or maybe there are deeper problems that need to be confronted honestly. But feelings change. They change in marriage. They change throughout life. You can feel incredibly close to someone one day and distant the next. That doesn't automatically mean the relationship has stopped being valuable. I think we've misunderstood love. We sometimes treat love like a permanent emotional state. If I still feel it, I'm in love. If I don't feel it, I've fallen out of love. But mature love isn't measured only by intensity. Sometimes love looks like affection. Sometimes forgiveness. Sometimes a difficult conversation instead of walking away. Sometimes choosing to reconnect when you'd rather withdraw. Bro, maybe you've been saying, I deserve better. But ask yourself, better than what? Better than a marriage you've stopped investing in? Better than a wife you've been comparing to fantasy? Or genuinely better than a marriage that has become unhealthy? Those are completely different questions. Maybe the answer isn't, I need another woman. Maybe it's, I need to become honest about what happened to this marriage. Maybe you need counseling. Maybe accountability. Maybe you need to stop feeding the fantasies that have changed the way you see your wife. Maybe you need to start investing in your marriage again. And yes, there are situations where separation or divorce need to be seriously considered. But don't confuse the disappearance of a feeling with the discovery of a fact. Feeling less doesn't automatically mean you've chosen the wrong person. And wanting something new doesn't automatically mean something better is waiting for you. Sometimes, The thing we think we need to leave is the thing we've stopped learning how to love. So before you tell yourself, "I deserve better," ask one harder question. Have I actually discovered that I deserve better? Or have I simply become dissatisfied with what became familiar? Because those aren't the same thing. If you're a married man struggling with this, don't make a permanent decision based on a temporary feeling. Slow down. Be honest. Look at yourself. Look at your marriage. And before you decide the answer is somewhere else, make sure you haven't simply forgotten how to see the value of what's already in front of you.